very happy day. I am Dr. S. Selvalakshmi, Assistant Professor of Physics, the Standard 5X Rajaratnam College for Women's, Vakasi. On learning this module, you will be able to know about the resistors, and resistors can be connected in many ways in a circuit. So we can find, by learning this module, you will be able to know about the different ways to connect a resistor in different circuits. So now the resistor, if it is connected in a circuit, it can be analyzed with the equivalent resistance in a circuit. Next, coming to the next part, we'll be able to understand the current flowing through the circuit and quantify the potential difference in current in a circuit. A resistor is a two-terminal device to resist the flow of current. It is the most commonly used component in the circuit and it is described in ohms. So resistance will be considered as 1 ohm if the potential difference between the two ends of the conductor is 1 volt and the current flowing through it is 1 ampere. So the resistors can be connected in parallel and in series. Let us now consider two resistances R1 and R2 connected in parallel, which is connected to a battery that maintains a potential difference between the points A and B. Let the potential difference be denoted as del V. So the current through each resistor is I1, which is equal to del V by R1, and the current through the second resistor R2 is I2 is equal to del V by R2. According to the properties of a parallel circuit, the total current must be shared among the branches. Hence, the total current flowing through the circuit I is equal to I1 plus I2. So, replacing the parallel combination of resistors with the equivalent resistance Req, the same total current I flowing through the circuit I, it is given as del V by Req. So, substituting the values of I1 and I2 in the first equation, we will be getting as del V by Req, it is equal to del V by R1 plus del V by R2. Hence, the total resistances maintained in the circuit, it is given as 1 by Req, it is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. Any number of resistors connected in parallel, the equivalent resistance is given by the reciprocal of the resistances of resistors connected in the circuit. Rq, it is always found to be smaller than the smaller resistance connected in the parallel combination. So Rq for two resistors connected in parallel can also be written as Req is equal to R1 R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So by adding more resistors in parallel combination, more current is obtained for the same potential difference. Next, let us see about the resistors connected in series connection. So consider two resistors R1 and R2 which is connected in series and it is connected to a battery of potential difference del V. For a series connection, the same current I should be maintained in each element of the circuit. The total potential difference of the circuit must be the sum of the potential differences across each element in the circuit. The potential difference across each resistor is given as del V1 is equal to IR1 and del V2 is equal to IR2. So the sum of the potential difference across each resistors must be equal to the total potential difference maintained by the battery. Hence, del V, it should be equal to del V1 plus del V2. So if we replace the combination of resistors as Req, then del V it is equal to I Req. Substituting the values of del V, del V1 and del V2, we obtain Req it is equal to IR1 plus IR2. So the total equivalent resistance is given as the sum of the resistances R1 and R2. So for any number of resistors connected in series, Req is given by Req, it is equal to the summation of the total resistances of the resistors connected in the circuit. So Req, it is always found to be larger than the largest resistance connected in the series combination. So by adding more resistors in series, less current is obtained for the same potential difference. Next, let us see about the energy transfer in an electric circuit. Consider a small circuit in which I current is flowing through the circuit. Let del VAB be the potential difference between the terminals of the device. So the circuit may contain a resistor or a battery or any other device. So let us now consider a battery is connected to the circuit and it is considered as an ideal source. So let work done on moving quantity of charge dq from its negative terminal to the positive terminal, which is given as dw, it is equal to psi dq. So power of the source is rate at which work is done. Hence power EMF, it is equal to dw by dt, which is equal to psi dq by dt. So power of the battery, it is given as psi I. This quantity gives the rate at which an ideal source of EMF transfers energy to the rest of the circuit. The energy appears as internal energy of a resistor if a resistor is connected in a circuit, or the energy appears as stored energy of a capacitor if a capacitor is connected in a circuit, and the energy is appeared as mechanical energy of a motor if a motor is connected in a circuit. And if a battery alone is connected in a circuit, then the energy appears as the chemical energy of the battery. So for an isolated system, the decrease in energy of the source of EMF must be balanced by the equivalent net increase in the energy of other parts of the circuit. Now let us see about Joule heating. If the circuit consists of a battery connected to a resistor, then the potential difference is given as del VR, which is equal to I into R. It is current into resistance. As the quantity of charge dq moves through a resistor, it experiences a potential energy change du, which is equal to dq into del VR. The power transfer to the resistor is given by PR, it is equal to du by dt, which is equal to dq by dt into del VR, which is again the rate of change of charge flow is equal to the total flow of current, which is equal to I del VR. So PR, it is given as I squared R. So if I is equal to del VR by R, then PR is equal to del VR the whole square by R. So this is the energy transferred to a resistor, and this energy it is in the form of heat. So this form of heat, it is called as Joule heating. So as charge moves through the resistor from higher potential to lower potential, it would gain energy. So if it does not collide with the atoms of the resistor. So if it collides with the atoms of the resistor, then the energy gain which attributes to the increase in temperature. Now let us calculate the energy transfer in a real battery. So in a real battery, the real battery has an internal resistance R, and the potential difference between the battery terminals can be given as del V battery, which is equal to psi minus IR. So while the charges pass through the battery, it gains potential energy. That potential energy is represented as du, and it is given as du is equal to dq del V, which is again given as dq into psi minus IR. So the power of the battery is given as du by dt, which is equal to dq by dt into psi minus IR, and the rate of change of charge, the flow of charges is given as the current. So dq by dt can be replaced as I. So power of the battery can be given as psi I minus I squared R. Hence the power of the battery is the expression for the power of battery can be given as P battery is equal to P EMF plus PR. So the energy available to the rest of the circuit is decreased by Joule heating in the internal resistance. Let me summarize the whole content. In this module we have seen about the resistors. Resistors are two-terminal device. It can be connected either parallel or in series in a circuit. If many resistors are connected in parallel, then the total equivalent resistance of the circuit can be the sum of the reciprocals of the resistance of the circuits. And if the resistors are connected in series in a circuit, the total resistance of the circuit can be given as the sum of the resistances of individual resistors connected to the circuit. Joule heating is the process in which the energy transferred in the circuit is converted into heat in the circuit, which decreases the energy in the circuit.